Hello and welcome to Miss of Time Emporium. I'm Joni and today we'll be walking through the Enchanted Tarot. Now this is a deck that's very special in our household. It's an older deck. It was my mother's deck and it's been passed down to my daughter, so it's Ashley's deck now. It's a really pretty deck. As I said, it's very special to us to know that it was my mother's. So today I'm wearing my mother's rings in honor of her as we walk through this deck because it's quite beautiful. So the backs. And I did put this deck in order just because it's the original version, which was produced in the 1990s, so it has the border and everything, and it's just such a lovely deck. They did reproduce this deck, I think around 1997 without the borders, and I think again in like 2017. I'm sorry, I didn't do the research on this deck before this video. It just called to me today to do this, and so I'm just going with that. I think my mom's reminded me she's still around. She had such a lovely sense of beauty. Her home was always beautiful. She always decorated the entire house for any holiday. So you would walk in and it would just be a land of wonder. We were very fortunate. I mean, her everything, her mantelpieces, the table, the way she set out, the pieces that she collected, her home was always beautiful and it always felt like home. And it did to my children as well. So I'm so pleased that Ashley has my mother's deck. I don't know. I'll talk with Ashley. She can maybe do a little research on this deck to see if it's still available and where it's still available. Again, it's, such lovely colors and beautiful images. These are all vintage or antique fabrics. The color palette is really pretty. I should have put rose quartz out. Amethyst called for me for this deck, but my mother was a huge fan of pink. Pink was her favorite color. So her nails were always pink and her lipstick was always pink. So because my mom was so even into her 80s still decorating her house, we have an altar with my mother's ashes, and so for holidays we decorate her altar. So she's still part of the festivities. And I always keep a glass of clean, clear water on the altar as well. My father is also on the altar. We have an ancestor altar, so pictures of my parents, my brother who's passed, grandparents, all of our deceased relatives, excuse me, and also our deceased, we have our pets that have passed over. We have a wall for them as well. And so we always leave water out and so that if they want to come visit us, where it's a conduit for them to visit, we are usually pretty aware when they're around anyway. We can feel them. So yeah, we on our altar we put items that belong to them in life so that they always feel welcome. And then we leave food offerings. And it doesn't have to be, altars don't have to be super elaborate. You don't have to be, keep them dusted, keep the water clean, make them a part of your life. They still are. And, we put flowers on when they're in bloom. We live next to fields where the sweet peas grow wild. So we always grab some of those, and then mullein grows wild here too in our area, and chicory root, which has lovely blue purple flowers. So we're very fortunate. So yeah, each of the suits changes colors. They're all marked very clearly with titles. It's a very romantic kind of deck. And that is the Tarot of Enchantment. We don't have any of the original packaging, so we don't have the booklet or anything like that, but it's a pretty straightforward deck. The symbology is pretty clear, and of course, you can probably go online and find a PDF, or again, we'll look for the deck, and if it's available, we'll let you know where you can get it. Thanks for joining us here today. We appreciate you being here as always, and we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.